Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Also, check out the new third wave of the third wave merchandise. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. So right now, Cardano is going down, which is okay because I always told you that this could turn into a much bigger ABC structure. And if we actually get below, let's see, about 68 cents, then this is most likely turning into that ABC structure, and the next target, the next support zone would be at the 0.618 support level, and that's at 64.9 cents. Now maybe we get some type of double bottom here. I don't think that's gonna happen, so I think if we drop to like 68 cents or 67 cents, we are most likely dropping to this low as well, and that's actually gonna be pretty okay because I think that actually has a good chance of putting us in the oversold territory on the 4-hour chart, and that's pretty bullish. Now I want to talk about the title of the video in case you have not watched yesterday's video, and basically the next Fed meeting I believe is in about 2 days, and it's gonna play a big role into what happens in the next couple of months in the crypto space, so we are waiting for that. I'm gonna talk about that as well, but first I want to talk about the wave count that we have on the chart. As you can see right now, Cardano is still below the bull market support band. However, you have to keep in mind we got to the bull market support band right here and we did not really get rejected. Yes, we did go down. However, the price did not really drop that much. We only dropped from 74 cents to about 67 cents, and that's actually pretty good, which means that, Cardano will most likely test the bull market support band again very soon, and it would make sense for that to happen. Now, please do not forget this. If we get above the first wave high right here, then the second wave is most likely already in and we are not getting another low. And well, if we do get the third wave, the next target for the third wave of this 1-2 setup is the 1618 of the 1-2 setup, and that is at 85.8 cents. That's, the third wave target. Then we'll need a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up, and that will complete this third wave, which is the third wave of this 1-2 setup right here. As you can see, the second wave right here got to the 0.382 support level, so that's enough for a second wave move down. This is most likely not turning into a much bigger ABC structure. Very likely not, very unlikely to happen because we already have a 5-wave move up right here. So I think this low is already in, and at this point, could we get some type of triple bottom right here? Well, it's very unlikely in my opinion. I think Cardano will get above the bull market support band very soon, and if that happens, getting another low is pretty much going to be out of the question. Now, please do not forget the rules that we have right here. If we do not get 5 waves up, then I cannot confirm that the low is in, and right now we are still working on the third wave of, these 5 waves, and well, after that, we still need to drop to the fourth wave move down, and then the fifth wave move up. Now, the target for this third wave is the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup here. That's at 87.1 cents. Now, of course, because the target for the third wave of the third wave is already at 85.8 cents, the main third wave right here will most likely get above the 200% extension, and also the 1.618 extension on the chart right here is not used to give you a target for the third wave. It's only here to tell you that yes, there's going to be resistance in this area, and well, it makes sense considering this is also where the bull market support band is and where the 200-day moving average is. So we also need to get above that, and once we get above that, we will most likely get the third wave move up. Then we could actually test the 200-day moving average in the fourth wave move down, and the fifth wave move up could put us above the bull market support band, and then it would be the perfect time to get an ABC down and maybe test the bull market support band or the 200-day moving average again for the fourth wave, and then the fifth wave move up puts us above $1. Now, this is only the short term, obviously, and I think this is gonna take maybe at most a couple of days, maybe a week or two, and I'm actually expecting Cardano to get a very big bounce very soon. But first, we need to wait for the Fed meeting, and even if we stop, QT and we start QE, I don't think the market is gonna get an instant pump. I think people are very wrong about that. Even if we get some type of bad news and the Fed says that, well, we're not doing anything, we stay in QT and we do not start QE, even if that's the case, I don't think the market is gonna drop, Because, I mean, if you look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, and I talked about this yesterday, but in 2017, when the altcoin season started, I mean, we were in QT the entire time when Bitcoin dominance was doing this, and people seem to forget that. So please do not forget that. Please do not forget it's not really necessary to, start QE if we want to get an altcoin season. I mean, yes, we did that in the previous cycle, but again, people are ignoring what happened in the cycle before that. In the 2017 cycle, we did not need QE to start the altcoin season. What we need right now is for Ethereum to actually bottom, and well, by the looks of it, maybe it's gonna get another low or some kind of double bottom here, because as you can see, we have not managed to break above the moving average on the weekly RSI, and that's not a good thing. That usually means that we're about to get rejected, and this rejection, I mean, it could start this week or next week. And well, we're still waiting for a bottom, but I think once we get a bottom, that could finally put us above all-time highs again. After we get the bottom, I think Ethereum will get a nice bounce. And please do not forget, I mean, if you look at the weekly chart, we are still in a big 1, 2, 3, 4 setup, which means that a fifth wave is expected, and the target for that, I can give you one if you want, but it's gonna be between $6,000 and pretty much $7,000 or even more if we are in a more, bullish market. And the Ethereum will only bottom when Bitcoin dominance tops, and right now Bitcoin dominance is very close to that 0.786 resistance level of the previous high and the previous low, which means that we're most likely getting to 66% first, and then we could actually start going down. Now, please do not forget, Ethereum right now does not really need to get another low to get to the oversold territory on the weekly. I think we could get some kind of higher low right here, maybe drop in the 1500s or 1400s, maybe not even that, and that could already put us in the oversold territory. And well, I've talked about the summer drop scenario many times in the past. I mean, we are already in May and the market has not started going up, and people are very concerned because what happens when Bitcoin gets the summer drop that it always gets in every single post-halving year? And well, that's a good question, and I talked about that a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago. I basically told you that maybe in this cycle, maybe this cycle is different, and maybe in this cycle we did not get the summer drop that we got right here, for example, in 2021, or the summer drop that we got in 2017 right here, or the summer drop that we got in 2013. Maybe in this cycle we just have a different pattern, and honestly it would make a lot of sense considering the fact that right now Bitcoin still has not had a cross on the bull market support band. And why is that important? Because if you look at what happened in the previous couple of times when Bitcoin had a cross and when the green line of the bull market support band went above the red line, for example right here, I mean right here Bitcoin was, let's see, at about $69,000, and then after that it went up to about $110,000, and we have still not had a cross, but we are already at the bull market support band, even above the bull market support band, which means that we're about to have a cross very soon. And I think Bitcoin is still, it will still be able to get above $140,000 by the end of the second week of June, at least based on what happened, for example, right here. After forming this low, Bitcoin in the short term went up 63% in a matter of let's say a month and a half. Now, if you want to, go much further, I mean, Bitcoin went up about 120% in a matter of 133 days. And if you take this low right now, that was, let's see, in April of 2025, if you take that low and you put it right here, if you go, let's see, about 100 days into the future, that puts us in July of 2025, which means theoretically Bitcoin could continue going up until July, maybe even until August, or maybe even until the end of September, and then we get a drop, but we don't get it in the summer. And well, that's a good theory, because I mean, in this cycle, each time we got a move above the bull market support band, we stayed above the bull market support band for many months. I mean, we did it right here and we also did it right here. So once we get above it, I don't think we're gonna get below it for quite some time, meaning that in this cycle maybe it's actually different, and maybe Bitcoin is still, in a normal cycle, but we're just not getting that summer drop. And if that's the case, and well, if Ethereum still cannot find any bottom in the next couple of weeks or maybe even days, then maybe, just maybe, we are still gonna go sideways for another couple of weeks. And then when everybody, starts expecting the summer drop to start, that's when the market pumps up and everybody gets confused because, they keep looking at what happened in the previous cycle. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing because, well, you have to keep in mind it happened 3 cycles in a row. So, it could theoretically happen again in this cycle. But you also have to look at the structure and say that maybe we'll just continue going up because we got exactly to the RSI levels that we got right here and right here. And well, I talked about this many times in my previous videos, but this is bullish. We got a reaction at the 44 RSI level on the weekly. And maybe Bitcoin does not get the summer drop. Now, also, speaking of Bitcoin, what we need to do on this chart is get above the moving average on the monthly chart. This is going to be very important. If we get rejected here, this could be a sign that we're in a bear market. So please be aware of that. Please look at this chart and maybe, if you only care about the long term, then only look at the monthly chart. And if Bitcoin gets rejected here, then the cycle is most likely over because that's exactly what happened in 2021. Yes, we did get below it and we tried getting above it and we did get a new all-time high in the process. However, as you can see, we got rejected and that started the bear market. So we need to get above it very soon because if we don't, it could be very bad news. And well, that's it about Bitcoin and Ethereum. And right now, Cardano, it's just waiting for Bitcoin dominance to drop. If Bitcoin dominance does not drop, then Cardano will just go sideways for another couple of weeks. And that's okay because it's respecting support levels. It's no longer in a downtrend. It's just going sideways, which is good because the last time it was going sideways was exactly right here. And look at what happened after that. It went up 300% in 1 month. So please not forget that. And please know that, yes, Cardano can be slow at times and it can be very boring. But when it starts going up, it goes up and it goes up a lot. So right now we're waiting for the third wave of the third wave. And well, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, check out the new merchandise, check out the memberships and the Patreon if you want access to the charts and if you want access to the daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.